Listen. I can hear an aircraft. And somewhere in the distance, I can hear a robin. Look. Bracken, beach. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? But what's there? Can you see a speckled wood or a white admiral or a silver wash fritillary? You can't, because they're not there. They used to be. I used to be able to walk in this woods and it was alive with butterflies and it was absolutely full of birdsong. But just like every other corner of the UK, it's been in critical decline in terms of its species richness. Now, I've got in my mind all of the stats. It's my job. I've been communicating a passion for wildlife and a passion for science for the last 35 years. I feel ashamed of the fact that I've let those statistics about these declines become normalised, like it's just another part of a conversation, that they've actually lost meaning. A 95% loss of turtle doves since 1970. It's just a sentence. In 1970, standing here, I'd have been able to hear a turtle dove. They're long gone. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble. And I'm afraid that I've lost faith in some of the agencies that we put in charge of solving the problem. Some of them are doing a great job, a really, really good job. There's no doubt about that. But they simply don't have the resources to keep up with these rates of decline. So I think that it's time for us to act. I think it's time for us to stand up and be counted and to ask, politely, for things to be fixed. You see, we know about the declines, but in that same period of time, we've evolved an arsenal, an armoury of techniques and abilities to repair, restore, conserve, rebuild these environments. We're just not doing it. So therefore, we've got to make it happen. I've got to make it happen. You've got to make it happen. So here's an invitation. Would you please think about joining me on September the 22nd in London for the first People's Walk for Wildlife. Now let's be clear, it's not a demonstration, it's not a rally, we don't want chanting and banners, it's a polite, passive walk for wildlife, family friendly. We certainly want lots of young people there, children, students, tomorrow's generations, who we want to enjoy the riches that we enjoyed, that my father enjoyed, my grandfather enjoyed, his great-grandfather, when this place was still stuffed full of life. And whether you're a scientist, a school teacher, whether you work in a shop or whether you work in a factory, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Christian, Muslim, straight, gay, it doesn't matter to me at all. You're all invited if you're interested in wildlife. And that's everyone. So that's the hedgehog rehabilitators, the people who are upset about raptor persecution, the people who get upset because their local council mow the wildflower verges, the people who are really upset about all those trees being cut down in Sheffield, those of you who are dismayed by the state of our national parks or very concerned about the way that our landscape is managed in terms of pesticides, fertilizers and hedgerows being ripped out. Whatever your particular passion, whatever your particular interest, you are one of us. You are concerned about this loss. So please, come along, September the 22nd, in the capital, details to follow. And I'm going to provide a download of birdsong, which you can download onto your phone. And my dream, if you like, is to walk through that capital with all of that birdsong playing, so that we can try and replicate the sound of the missing millions of birds that have gone from our environment. 90 million of them since 1970. Maybe that would give us all, and everyone who watches us, an idea, the scale of the loss that we're talking about and the desperate urgency to put an end to it before it's too late. I'll be there with the best and the brightest minds, the very brightest minds in independent UK conservation, to ask for a difference. So please join us, because your wildlife needs you. more than ever.